My goal is to transform an ordinary person to a movie star. I'm doing this by my own with a Speedlight, playing with the layers. It's really an addiction.
Let's meet Sakis Karkasidis. What sets him apart as a photographer is his dedication to environmental portraits. He's one of the most committed creators I've come across in this field. He's based in Thessaloniki, Greece. I spoke with him to understand his vision, his original technique, and what motivates him to shoot. Kalimera, Sakis.
Hola, Jose.
Tell me, what brought you to environmental portraits? What do you aim to achieve with them?
You have the ability to show the person in his workplace, in his home. You can tell the full story. That's why I love environmental portrait. First time I saw it and get in love with it, it was a picture of Fanny Leibovitz, Queen Elizabeth, Buckingham Palace. And I say, that's what I want to do. Take people on their place or in a great location, and I'm trying to make them look bigger than life. My goal is to transform an ordinary person to a movie star.
That's a beautiful goal. Can you walk us through your typical setup for an environmental portrait shoot?
All you need is a camera, an off-camera flash. A speed light is enough. I go to the location, I decide where I put my model, I put my camera on the tripod. The two tricks that I have is I use a low angle. I place the camera lower than the model's eyes. That's necessary for me to make him look important. And after that, I take 3 shots of the scene, and underexposure, normal and an overexposed. I have the ability later in post, if I need something from the scene, to be available there to me with the ambient light.
That makes a lot of sense. Let's go into settings.
The lowest ISO possible. f-stop like 5.6 or 8 is best, because I use wide angle lenses like 16, 35, 24, maximum 50mm. Something I steal from a guy called Platon. He's a New York-based portrait photographer who uses wide-angle lenses to make portraits. Gives a very strange and nice point of view, and that's why I place my model in the middle of the frame, because we don't want a distorted face from the wide-angle lenses. After I finish with the 3 exposure from the scene, I take my speed light with spot hard light and start taking pictures from the background and the foreground without the model, just to use them later on in post to create an interesting 3D lighting result. After that, you can do 10, 5, 20. I used to do 100 shots from the background and the foreground. Place my model. I light them like a Rembrandt, soft 45 angle light from the front, and maybe something like a small cross light to illuminate the back of the hairs and the shoulders so they pop up. I always like when the models look at the camera. I think it creates a connection. And after that, home, glass of wine, low lights, music. I love sitting on my computer and playing with the layers. Okay, let's use this layer, don't use this layer, and create amazing things. And the most important is that with this technique you can hide whatever you don't like, and you can use a flashlight if you want to. You can do light painting if you want to, for the background, I mean, of course, not for the model. And you can combine these layers, the light painted background with the model. There's no limit in this technique. It's amazing.
Very interesting. Why do you light your portraits this way?
That creates this feeling of depth, and you see the picture and you don't know how I light. If you try to do that with multiple lights, the problem is you don't have blacks anymore. For me, it's a great inspiration to see how they use the light in movies. Of course, they have crews and flags and spotlights and dead lights here and there to create this. I'm doing this by my own with a speed light and a transmitter.
Nice, sounds like fun. What keeps you motivated to shoot environmental portraits?
I'm in love with this technique. There is nothing else that gives me so much pleasure than to create a new environmental portrait. It's not a good product to sell. It's expensive. You have them there for half an hour, and they take only one picture. You need 10 hours in post to create, so it's not something that you can sell easily, but you can do whatever you want. You're a little god when you're sitting in front of your computer and start playing with the layers. If you do it once, you will fall in love with it. I'm addicted. It's really an addiction.
Let's be careful with addictions. So let's say someone is interested in starting environmental portraits. Where would you advise them to start?
We are standing on the shoulders of giants. All the painters, the Dutch painters, Rembrandt, Caravaggio, gives you a good idea about portraits, environmental mostly, about lighting. And then nowadays we have so many options, all available for free. There are no excuses now. Millions and millions of good photographers of great pictures are available with just one click. You can create your own style based on what you like. I love Dragan, Leibovitz. Marco Grob, I think, is one of the best portrait photographer nowadays. I like the work of Joel Grimes, Chris Knight. There is a great light painter called Harold Ross. Check him out. And many more. The new photographers are so lucky that they have all these pictures for free. Now there is a YouTube that we can solve all of your problems within 5 minutes. There are millions of videos who talking about whatever problem you have. That's bliss.
I totally agree, Sakis. I hope some photographers will also take inspiration in what you do. Thank you so much for sharing all of this.
My pleasure, Jose.
If you're interested in environmental portraits, check out Sakis' work. The links are in the description. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content on this topic. In the next video, hear about my journey with off-camera flash photography and how COVID changed everything.